Let's talk about something very important and trending nowadays. Yes, coronavirus. Today's video is all about the effect of coronavirus pandemic on employment. We'll be going deep into how much worse the pandemic has affected the employment and what kind of conditions has been generated for current employees and the fresh hiring of graduates. I'm your host Saurav Vasnik, welcoming you to our channel, and with this intro, let's get started. The lethal coronavirus pandemic has not just created a medical emergency, but also an employment crisis across the globe. The International Labour Organization, in its report titled ILO Monitors Second Edition COVID-19 and the World of Work, described the coronavirus pandemic as the worst global crisis since World War II. And as the coronavirus is spreading rapidly in all countries, the employment and economy are the two things which are being hit so badly that 4 out of 5 people's job is been affected due to pandemic. And a total of 81% of global workforce of 3.3 billion people have had their workplace fully or partially closed. Restrictions on daily life had led to the closure of many companies and laying off of staff either permanently or temporarily. The graph shows how, from the start of January, the recommendation to close of workplaces has been given to companies, indicating with the red line, and the required workplace closure with the blue line. You can see how rapidly this closure is taking place across the globe. The International Labour Organization, an agency of the United Nations, has been looking at the global impact with a series of charts. Their work shows the global scale of impact of coronavirus outbreak. Workers and the businesses are facing catastrophe in both developed and developing economies, said ILO Director General Guy Ryder. We have to move fast, decisively and together. The right urgent measure could make the difference between survival and collapse. The other side of the coin, which consists of workers, is also in the state of vanishing. Nearly 200 million people could end up out of work. According to a report by the Press Trust of India, about 400 million people working in informal economy in India are at risk of falling deeper into poverty due to coronavirus crisis, which is having catastrophic consequences. The outbreak is expected to wipe out 6.7% of working hours across the world during the second quarter of 2020. This is equivalent to 195 million full-time workers losing their job. The worst hit region is predicted to be the Arab states, with an 8.1 decline in working hours, equivalent to 5 million full-time workers. The ILO says it is the most severe crisis since World War II. It adds that the eventual increase in global unemployment during 2020 will depend largely on two factors: how quickly the world economy recovers in the second half of this year, and how effectively policy measures will boost the demand of laborers. There is a high risk that the end of year worldwide unemployment figure will be much bigger than an initial ILO projection of 25 million people. In India, the conditions are even worse for informal sector. That is, the informal sector has been worst hit by COVID-19 pandemic, as cash staff businesses has either shut shop or delayed worker salaries. In the report by Reuter, All India Manufacturing Organization, an industry body representing some 1 lakh small manufacturers, said more than two-thirds of its members faced problem in paying salaries on Tuesday, the usual day of paying monthly wage. We have no funds to pay wage, said by K. Raghunathan, former national president of AIMO who runs a solar part manufacturing unit in southern India, city of Chennai. Now, the most important part, jobs and hiring. As per a PTI report, hiring activity during March has declined by 18% compared to the same month in 2019, following the nationwide lockdown to tackle the COVID-19 crisis with major impact in cities like Delhi, Chennai and Hyderabad, according to Naukri JobSpeak Index, which is a monthly index that calculates and records hiring activity based on job listing on the Naukri.com. Different sectors of the economy has been hit in different way by the sudden shutdown in work. Not surprisingly, with travel at a minimum and social life puts on hold, the accommodation and food services industries are among those suffering most, along with the manufacturing, wholesales and retail, and real estate and businesses. Together, they account for nearly 38% of global workforce with 1.25 billion people employed in these industries around the world. The graph shows share in global employment by industry with the risk level. The red color indicates the industries at high risk, Yellow color indicates the medium risk and the blue color indicates the low risk. And as you can see, the retail, manufacturing and accommodation and foods are at high risk, transport, entertainment and finance are at medium risk, and finally, agriculture, health and education are at very low risk. As for hiring concern, the decline in hiring activity has been led by industries like hotel, restaurant, travel, airline by 56%, retail by 50%, auto and ancillary by 38%, pharmaceutical by 26%, insurance by 11%, accounting and finance by 10%, and together IT software and BFSI by 9%. So the conditions are very serious and opportunities are very less. And in such situation, the whole world is united. So there are some suggestions that we would love to give you. First, get socialized and stay connected. Like talk to your friends and colleagues. Stay active on professional networks like LinkedIn and others so that you will always be updated on the opportunities and other news. Second, develop relevant and training skills. In this pandemic, skill up yourself up to the level of excellency with most relevant and training skills. Third, tackle the problems and be focused. No matter how much worse the conditions are now for anyone, but you should always be in debugging mode for solving the problems and being focused on the path of your career. Fourth, try your best and never lose hope. Humans are capable of achieving anything, literally anything, but only if you are dedicated, consistent, and hopeful. Because when you are ready to quit, that's when miracle happens. And finally, don't get nervous and depressed. Keep a smile on your face and remember, for everyone, there is a great future ahead. So that's all for now. Hope you have got everything nicely. And if you like our videos and our work, please do like, share, and subscribe to us for such more content. This is your host, Saurav Vasnik, signing out for today. So let's meet in another video. Till then, happy learning and remember, stay home, stay safe.